Crystal, I don't know if you've heard, I want to say it was a couple of months ago. I heard about a company. I don't remember the name of the company, but there was some sort of a voice scam that was perpetrated on them where they used the CEO's voice to move money out of their account of the company. It was like to the tune of
Huh.
millions of dollars. Good morning and welcome to AI Tech Tuesdays. I'm your host, Yamille, here with Crystal Gonzalez. And today, welcome to the show. And today we're going to be talking about, continue the conversation from last week about security and about giving AI, or the AIs that we use, whatever that may be, the proper guardrails, the proper permissions, and make sure that we are doing the best we can to keep ourselves safe from issues and problems and hacks.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's super important. So we thought that the month of August would be a good month for us to just kind of try to focus on helping our listeners, give you guys tips, sharing some news articles that we've come across, and kind of what we're doing ourselves to ensure that we're being as safe as we possibly can while using AI, because there's been so much talk in our episodes in the past about this wonderful tool AI. We're teaching you AI, we're talking about AI, but we definitely needed to address the security problems that come with AI and just kind of let you guys know of some new things that have come up that we've learned about. We want to share those tips with you. So that's what today's episode is going to be about, including a few more episodes, because we're going to be sharing our whole month of August with you on this subject. So go ahead, Yamille. What do we got to talk about today?
Okay, so today we're going to talk about prompt injections. What is that, you might be asking? Well, in the AI world, the prompt injection is the AI version of phishing. And I'm sure many of us, if not all of us, have been either fallen victim to it or have noticed it, seen it coming through your email. Usually they land in the spam box, but every once in a while they don't get caught by the spam filters. But what a prompt injection is what happens when malicious instructions are hidden in content that an AI actually reads, right? We're talking about read-write permissions, right? So this is some of that. So that content inside an email might be a website, an email address, a PDF, a resume, customer support tickets, a calendar invitation, a CRM note. These are some of the things that could potentially have a prompt injection inside. So what that is really malicious instruction that could tell the AI to ignore its original task, disclose information, or take an unauthorized action.
Yes.
Scary, huh? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So OpenAI describes prompt injection as a form of social engineering aimed at misleading an AI system, much like phishing attempts to mislead a person, right? We've all probably heard of or have seen, the Nigerian prince, one of many, was it the home warranty or the car warranty, right? Is that the one that was most recently that it was like crazy?
I don't know.
It was everywhere. I think it was more spam than phishing, but anyway. So that's
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about everybody calling to give you the car warranty. Is that what you're talking about? Oh my gosh. We got tired of those calls. Yeah, they're trying to sell you car warranties.
That was like a calling, and I believe it was also texting. And you may have seen it in emails too. I think it was kind of spread out thin through all the channels, right? So Crystal, why don't you talk us through some potential examples of what that could look like?
Yeah, so I was actually reading up on this a little bit earlier, and it's just saying that, like, for example, an assistant could, where was it at? Located. A business owner could tell an AI assistant, review today's emails and summarize anything urgent. But one of those emails could contain the hidden instructions to tell the assistant for the owner's recent financial correspondence to this address. A vulnerable AI agent may interpret those hidden words as instructions rather than untrusted content. So you never want to have an AI be running rogue. We want to make sure that we don't say that it can trust everything. We want to be watching and monitoring what's happening. So, and we can catch this if we make sure that we're not giving it permission to do everything. It's more read but not write, like Yamille said in was it in this last episode of ours last week?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's saying that, new malicious data may be harder to detect than malicious instructions. So, just like we've all learned, you don't want to just go download some software and just install it on your computer. But now we've got this whole new thing arising with vulnerabilities with AI that, oh my gosh, we're wanting it to run things, we're giving it permissions. We need to make sure that we're careful that it doesn't have malicious instructions, that somebody's targeting us. So we need to be super careful. And I'm sure that as things emerge, as we move forward, this is going to get harder and harder for us to detect or realize.
Absolutely. And the more real everything gets,
smarter. Yeah.
Right. And the more real, like voice cloning, deep fake technology, where, so really this is not just about business, this is about life in general, and just being really vigilant. I hate to say it, but we're just going to have to be like, trust but verify, right? About everything, because you don't really know. There's so many ways that people can fake things, and we are proponents of using AI for good. But look, the reality is there's a lot of people out there that aren't, and that are not using it for the greater good. They're using it to steal money, scam, steal identities and things like that. Crystal, I don't know if you've heard, I want to say it was a couple of months ago. I heard about a company. I don't remember the name of the company, but there was some sort of a voice scam that was perpetrated on them, where they used the CEO's voice to move money out of their account of the company. It was like to the tune of millions of dollars. I wish I could remember exactly what it was, but it was a voice thing that they used, that the CEO was approving X, Y, or Z, right? And to release it and to do this and that. And from what I remember, the company ended up having to update their security procedures, and they now have a password, or there's something that's uniquely identifiable. Same thing you hear with, like grandmas calling about, or, the kid calling grandma saying, hey, I got taken.
I'm in jail. Send some money.
I'm in jail.
And not really. I'm in another country and I need jail.
Yeah, right. Yep. So you hear about these things, and these things are happening more and more. So please just do your very best to make sure that you're being as careful as you possibly can. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, that when you're setting instructions, again, just like you said, Crystal, about training your employees, you need to train your AI. Yeah. You cannot take directions about this, or that isn't explicit, or maybe there's something specific. I mean, I don't really know exactly what that looks like, but there are the guardrails that you must provide, because it is your company. So you're the one who knows what those guardrails are and what they are, and they're not allowed to do. And so you need to be very specific, more specific. My husband is a software developer, and he always tells me, when you write instructions for anything, you have to be very specific.
Oh, yeah.
Not just, I'm going to make a sandwich. So, throw a couple of pieces of bread together and put the peanut butter and the jam. Okay, no, you need to walk over to the fridge. Even before that, you got to go to the store and buy it. That specificness when it comes to instructions. So you have to just be very, very specific about what you want it, but more specifically about what you don't want it to do. Right.
I like your point about having an internal security password that is, I'm even thinking, you know what, because I've had so many stories shared with me about some recent things that have happened, but we don't have time to go over in this episode. I'd like to talk about it in the next episode, of some risks and some actual true stories that I've heard from some of my friends that are in the insurance field. A lot of people don't know, but I also do insurance. And so on the insurance side of things, there's some risks, and one specifically comes to mind, but we don't have time in this episode. So why don't we end it for today? And then in our next episode, in our next episode, let's talk about it, because I know we're running out of time, and we're trying to stay on target here. Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to go ahead and end our episode today, Yamille?
Yes, thank you for joining us. And like Crystal said, we're going to go ahead and go into more specific stories in our next episode, so that you can kind of put the dots together and see how that you can actually relate to it in some way, or apply it to your particular business, particular situation. So again, thank you for joining us. I'm Yamille Kossowit with Crystal Gonzalez, and Please
We'll
don't
see you
forget to
on next
subscribe.
week. Yes.
Thank you,
Subscribe.
and see you next week. Okay,
Okay.
bye.
See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.